Hello and welcome. Mike and I are going to do a little pregame as we get the players rousted up after the lunch break, sit them down, get ready to draft. Your pick for the finals, Mr. Flores?
Before looking at the actual drafts, I think I'm going to have to pick Nova.
Okay. Before?
Yeah, we haven't watched them draft yet. Who knows who's opening what? Like, it could be a landslide in terms of the card quality.
Okay.
I mean,
Nova's resume, though, you think they're the better team? They're the more talented team?
I don't know if they're the more talented team, but they certainly have stronger resumes. I mean, Nassif is a really underrated limited player, as we've talked about before.
Yeah, it's true. We've said this earlier, but I mean, it's worth mentioning. Nassif has picked up a reputation as a constructed player. A lot of people point to him as one of the best constructed players in the world. Other people are starting to maybe switch over to the Vegeta camp.
Up until this year, I would say that Nassif was the world's leading deck designer, and I think Vegeta's probably got that title right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, Nassif has been saying all along, he actually feels bad that he's been pigeonholed as a constructed player when he thinks he can play limited as well. And his first Sunday appearance, first time he made the finals of the Pro Tour, was in Team Limited as a member of Le Plus Classe. That was his breakout performance on tour. So here's his second Team Roch Sunday performance. Second time to the finals, in fact. Totally different team. The guy can play with the 40 card decks as well.
Interestingly, Nassif, he's not a Pro Tour champion yet, is he?
Nassif has never won a Pro Tour. It's true.
Let's see.
He's the reigning player of the year, but
appearances.
He's got 3 different seconds, right?
If I were
I thought the nickname, they're starting to call me N-Boss, right? You can't win the Pro Tour without defeating the N-Boss. There's Gabriel Nassif sitting in the finals waiting for you. I mean, he's the giant monster that you have to kill if you want to win the game.
I don't really believe in those sort of, Providence, blah, 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 those things. But I mean, I can't imagine that Nassif has got like a monkey on his back. He's like, oh, you can't win the Pro Tour. You got to come in second. Like, that can't possibly be the case. He's very good. I
don't think it bothers him psychologically.
Yeah,
he's pretty laid back.
Great year last year. And the other thing is that, I'm taking nothing away from their opponents, who I thought savagely outdrafted.
A great Japanese team. Or a French team.
No,
French team.
The French team.
Sorry.
In the top 4, but it just seems like Nova's my pick.
Fair. It's hard to argue with you. The matchups, by the way, the really interesting one to me is Gabriel Nassif versus Adam Chambers. People have been telling Adam Chambers stories all weekend. I mean, it's very, very stoical. He's got that, Tim Ayton, life's terrible. I hope I die.
He wouldn't even smile, like, right after everyone was talking about how great his team did. He's right there like...
But I mean, you listen to the stories. He walks into the lunch, and he looks... And he turns one way, and he turns the other way. He's like, I'm going to Subway. And he just walks out. It was just bizarre. He's playing against Julian Naughton, and he made this absolutely brilliant play of deducing that Naughton had exactly 1 Consuming Vortex in his hand. So he mind blazes him for Consuming Vortex naming 1. And Naughton knows he's dead to rights, but he makes him search through the deck. So Chambers picks up the deck, finds the 1 Consuming Vortex, just drops the deck in the middle of the table and walks away.
So you're saying he's a jerk?
No, I don't think it's a jerk at all. He's just very sort of, calm and composed but stoic. I mean, he's stoic.
I haven't watched Chambers play enough, but one of the things that they say about Ayton is that even when he's losing, he doesn't lose his cool.
This is a great point.
Like, I was watching Ayton I think he was playing against Nassif, actually. He was getting utterly destroyed. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't Nassif. It was against the Japanese team. I think it was Masashi Olisa, now that I recall correctly. He's getting utterly destroyed. The matchup didn't favor him, and he was just playing the crispest Magic. Like, he was tapping correctly, he was making the right plays during the right phases, and just little things. And Chris Bakula actually pointed it out to me. He's like, that's the kind of thing where, in the same situation, we would have just gone on tilt, both of us. I'm like, Chris has got a great resume.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but...
Everybody goes on tilt when they're losing, except these guys, like Tim Ayton, Adam Chambers. They've just got this composure about them.
I think
they just play great Magic.
They don't allow joy to enter their hearts, so they also don't allow sorrow to bog them down.
Magic vampires, then.
Interesting. Well,
or more stoics in the sort of
Tim
classical
has got that little,
sense. He's got the lip ring.
I mean, I've known Tim since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, so...
Yeah, he's Ohio Valley Magic from way back in the day. The other matchups in the finals, it'll be David Rude taking on Andrew Pacifico, and it'll be Gabe Sang taking on Don Smith. The Don Smith-Andrew Pacifico connection was kind of cool, actually. I was talking to them at lunch, figuring, how did this team come together? They've been playing together forever. They met in the mid-'90s when Pacifico went to his first Magic tournament ever. He was, he had the deck where the dream was to go Sol Ring Dragon Whelp. Like, that was the deck
That's
dream.
still my dream.
It's still a good play. He had one of each in his deck.
Well, obviously, Dragonwhelp's busted. No, you
So-
play more than one.
He brings this deck, he goes to the random local store, wins the tournament, meets Don Smith. They've been playing Magic ever since. They've basically been playing Magic ever since. So,
That was Andrew Pacifico and Don Smith walking by us, looking behind, listening to our commentary. And I think they were always supposed to be sequestered by now.
I believe they are searching for their teammate.
Ah. Chambers is at Subway. We just said so.
I was told, hey, we're on for the pregame until they manage to find the last player. It's either Nassif or Chambers that's missing, because I've seen the other 4. I have my guess. Anyway, Pacifico and Don Smith. It's kind of cool. It's kind of what Teams is about. I mean, I thought that was, it really shows off why this format is so popular amongst so many players. It's like, these guys have played together since the mid-90s. They played forever. Pacifico wins juniors. He makes top 8 at nationals. They go to school. But now Pacifico's got a job. He's like 24 with a real job, and Smith is in law school. They're still buddies. They still know each other. They still hang out. They still game together. And hey, let's run up to Atlanta. Why not? This is the closest the Pro Tour's been to Jacksonville in forever. So they figure to go out to Atlanta. Their friend Ken Pacifico's friend Kroner says, yeah, I'll send a guy down. I'll send Adam Chambers down. They meet him right before the Pro Tour, or before the Last Chance qualifier, and it all works out. And they're talking. They say great things about Chambers. His ability to play really impressed them as well.
I love teams at the PTQ level so much. And the reason is because as an amateur, if you try to qualify for the Pro Tour via rating, it's very difficult. Like, I've qualified for the Pro Tour via rating a couple of times, and ramping your rating points up from 2,000 whatever to that last 20 points to get the invitation is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Every single match that you win is worth like 2 or 6 points. Every match that you lose is worth 30 points. It's death. But in teams, the qualification threshold is so much lower. And what happens is you have these guys banding together. Like Josh Ravitz, Paul Jordan are great examples. Like, they used to play together with Tony Sy or Matt Urban, lots of money finishes with each other. And now Josh is playing with Chris Pakula and Igor. And Paul basically ran with Mike Clare and Steve Sadin, the exact same system that he ran with Josh and various teams in the past. So they just went to a bunch of qualifiers, played in the Grand Prix, and accumulated rating.
Mm-hmm.
We've had PTQs in the past where 2 or 3 teams that were built up of our friends qualified in the same PTQ, and then we would win the PTQ, and a bunch, 12 people would be qualified for the Pro Tour at the end of the day, none of whom were qualified at the beginning of the day, and we're all friends. It's just great.
Yeah. And you got another set of friends sitting on the other side across from Wead. I mean, you got Smith and Pacifico, but then you have a little bit of the mercenary with Adam Chambers coming in. But Sang, Rude, and Nassif are only playing together because they're such friends. I mean, Rude and Sang, it's been hard to get them out of the lands of World of Warcraft, as we've talked about a little bit, but this drug them out. Rude and Nassif have been friends for so long. They sort of met through the Pro Tour. I mean, Rude's actually a very fluent French speaker. I don't know if I'm not even sure whether French or English is his native language. I mean, he's from Montreal, so he speaks both impeccably. But he and Nassif rattling off in French all the time. And I guess Rude got to know Nassif while they were both on tour years ago. And they've drafted together a lot. They've been friends. They just always imagined teaming together. But at the same time, Rude was like, well, I'm only going to team with – I got to team with Gabe Sang. I mean, he's my buddy. He's my friend. He's in my guild. He's –
my guild. I always find it a little bit hard to believe the stories of the teams are like, oh, yeah, we have other interests, but we're going to go show up for the Pro Tour. We're totally unprepared. We have to read all the Betrayers cards. Every time John Finkel ran that, let me tell you, he's secretly at Neutral Ground playing with his friends. I mean, he's not here this year, but
Yeah.
I remember he was playing with Brian Kibler.
He was always insisting that he was totally unprepared.
Yeah.
I suspected he was practicing
Kibler was
on the side.
I remember last summer or something, out of nowhere, Johnny's there. Of course you got to play Magic all night. Johnny never comes anymore. And Kibler was basically like, look, we'll go up to New York and practice with you, but if you're riding my PT points to the Pro Tour, you're practicing, and pretend all you want that you didn't prepare. It's
sure.
Although I guess it's just much more mystical. It's like, oh yeah, I know I'm in day 4, but I never played before. What's that card do?
Oh, Adam Chambers has wandered back to the players. Now all we have to do is find the teammates that we're looking for him. I don't know if Andrew and Don can hear me, but your teammate has surfaced.
So what do you think about this
We have a
matchup,
draft
Randy?
you can't argue with the resume. I mean, Gabriel Nassif is clearly one of the best players in the game, and I mean the whole thing about how he's vulnerable with 40 cards in his hand, I don't buy it. I mean, I think he's almost as good as limited as he is at
I mean,
constructed.
I don't know particulars of how Nassif spends his free time, but I don't know any Magic players, pro or amateur, who don't draft 3 times as much as they play constructed, with the possible exception of Jose, who actually loves testing constructed.
Nassif is also one of those guys that enjoys testing constructed, but is still fine and limited. And Gabe Sang, he's just a great guy. He's always been good. I mean, he's a friend of mine from way back in the day. I used to draft with him all the time too. So, I mean, I sort of want to root. Part of me wants to root for him anyway. I'm trying to do the whole impartial thing, but it's hard not to root for Gabe Sang in a lot of ways. Longest streak ever between Sunday appearances on the Pro Tour. It's kind of an interesting stat. 7.5 years since he won the Swiss at Rye and then Worlds back to back in mid-97.
But
And he located all of our players. We are ready to go watch the draft, so this should be a fun one. Time for the draft. The team that kicks is Wead. They won the roll, and they chose to kick off, interestingly enough. So Andrew Pacifico will be opening up the first pack. Would you choose kick or would you choose receive here?
I think I would choose receive just because I heard the Japanese have not lost ever when
I know, they didn't-
receiving.
I was
So
thinking the
until this
same
last draft.
All right, but Wead chose to kick off. We'll see if they get paid off for the trouble.
Target told me that they like to receive because they want to position the green drafter, and
All right, we got Saison, Honda Cleansing Fire, Nodachi, Teller of Tails, Frost Wielder, Soulless Revival, Burgrafter. Some stuff, some depth. What do you take? What are the top 2 cards, and where do you put them?
Hideous Laughter is clearly the best card, right?
Not Hideous Laughter. You're missing a page.
I am missing a page.
Yeah, here's the pack. Yeah, that's the pack. All right, so what'd they take, John? White Honda to Pacifico, okay. To Chambers?
Yes. She's on Frost Wielder, Burgrafter. Trapped. Don takes a wheel of Nodachi and first row.
I'm sorry, I think that my draft lists were reversed.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so very nice. Okay, I guess I'll catch up next pack.
Yep, Pacifico took White Honda in the middle. Chambers took Teller of Tails. Gabe Sang took a Saison. And then they put Frost Wielder in the middle with David Rouge, so a little bit of positioning. Nova doesn't really have a color strategy. I find this fascinating as well. We talked about how the Japanese figured out what they thought the best colors were in every seat. Nova, all 3 players have played all 5 colors already this weekend.
There was a draft yesterday against
They
Osif's
played
team,
packs.
and every single player on Nova was playing red in that
30
draft.
seconds to review.
Pack number 2, Kodama's Might, Wicked Akuba, Indomitable Will, another Soulless Revival. There's a Befoul, there's a Swaddling Plague, Soil Shaper, Feral Deceiver, Ember Fist. Another deep pack without super strong top end.
So is Chambers opening this pack? And then
Yeah, Chambers
going
opened
black?
this pack. He's already got a Teller of Tails in his pile.
So
Then it goes over to Nova.
look for him to go with probably a blue or a white card here. Maybe not. Maybe he switches back. Maybe he's green again. It's hard to say. Befoul's a very good card though. This pack. I don't know if he'll take it. But you don't really want to pass removals. What did he take?
You took the
Kodama's Might.
So he's following up his green X with green X again. It looks like.
Plague,
Traps.
Brutal Deceiver, Rude. And it give the Befoul to Nassif.
Traps.
Who took the Akuba? That went to Smith?
Smith looks like he's a
Trapped
big
again.
one. Pacifico just took red Zubera.
Is he looking red, white in the middle again? That's what he had luck with in the semis, right?
Traps.
Neither of these teams seemed like they had a definite strategy. They're both willing to improvise. I talked to Wead, and they talked about how it's mostly Adam and Drew calling the picks, but they neither one of them runs the draft. They just sort of debate each pack as it comes up, and Chambers probably has the more important vote if it comes down to that, but they generally seem to agree. Meanwhile, on the other side, all 3 players contribute to the conversation, and they just improvise. They just look at the packs and figure out where it makes sense.
In this pack.
2 blacks again. They do have both Nassif and Sang with a black card at this point.
Ready?
That's my guess. Devouring Greed.
Greed to sink.
Yeah, Devouring Greed to Sang.
Moss Kami. River Kaijin.
Trapped.
And Kashi Tribe Reaver. So they're shipping Moss Kami and Golunder?
Blood Speaker.
They shipped Blood Speaker. And they shipped Moss Kami, right?
Imperial Haze.
Okay, so
Kind of interesting.
Chambers is wheeling Moss Kami and Blue Zubera, it looks like.
It's not bad.
That's a pretty good wheel. And
6-7, yeah.
Trapped. Full under.
So
Late
Chambers
pull
definitely
under.
seems
Trapped.
blue-green. Who got the late pull under?
late pull under
Smith.
went to Smith.
Trapped.
I'm really surprised with that River Kaijin pick, actually.
I guess they went blue-red there, apparently. I mean, they...
Trapped again. Trapped.
Where are we in color status, Randy?
Chambers is looking like he's playing blue-green against
Blue-green.
Deceased black-green. Rude looks like he's blue-red in the middle against Pacifico's white-red. And Sang and Smith are both playing black decks.
It looks to me so far that Nova has an advantage then.
Kadamas Might. Hideous.
Alright, here's yet another Kadamas Might. Here's that Hideous
Hideous,
Laughter pack.
yeah. The Hideous Laughter pack.
Fire's Roar. Rain Shaper.
What else is...
Kadamas Might.
Hideous Laughter, Teller Tales. Teller Tales, Kadamas Might.
It's probably gonna go.
Hideous
So
Laughter.
it's probably gonna go Teller Tales followed by Hideous Laughter. Would you say?
Definitely think Rude takes Teller for his virgin blue-red deck.
And then Hideous Laughter.
Yeah, Hideous Laughter in the seat. Sounds good.
Teller to Trapped.
Yeah, Teller to Rude.
Yep, that's what we
The
thought.
Hideous Laughter. Now what does
Fire's
Kami
Yeah.
Fire's Roar.
Trapped. Thunder's Nakamoto. Trapped. Kadamas Might. Chambers.
Chambers looks like he has having a strong blue-green
He's
deck.
got Teller, Double Might, Moss Kami.
Trapped again.
They've done like 4 packs. He's got like 5 first picks.
Yeah, it's very powerful, but I question the ability of blue-green against black-blue. I'm sorry, black-green. Some players were telling me that you want to set your green player up in the mirror and have your green player in black-green. That's your goal.
Interesting. Well, that's exactly what Nova's done.
So, despite the fact that Chambers has got such a fantastic set of burgeoning picks, I think that the long run might favor Nassif.
Well, here's Nassif's pack. Let's see if his pack favors him. Kashi Tribe Warrior, not quite as good as the Reaver.
Glacial Ray.
Moth Rider Samurai. Oh, Glacial Ray.
Samurai.
Mirror Guard.
30 seconds to review.
Is there a great pick for him at all? No? He might just take the Glacial Ray?
Might take. You got to, right? What's he gonna take? Iname's the best green card?
I think he just takes the Glacial Ray here. He doesn't want his
No
teammates playing against
black,
it.
So,
And he might just splash it. He's
Yeah, I think you take Glacial Ray here.
See Nassif nodding. It's probably, I'll take the Glacial Ray type nod.
And then what does yeah do?
Fair Chusi ready. Trapped.
I think the Samurai goes into
takes
Pacifico's
Glacial
deck.
Trapped.
First Ronin followed by Samurai and Mirror Guard. That makes a lot of sense.
Trapped. Trapped.
Gabe Sang takes Inami. Does he have any other green cards?
Trapped.
You're gonna 2 black green decks?
Does he have any other green deck cards? I'm
No,
just
No,
wondering,
I've
does
only
he
gotten
need
one
it?
black. He got Saison. No, Saison's black. Never mind.
Trapped.
He might have just
Started with an
needed
S. Sounds like a
whatever.
snake card.
Yeah.
Trapped.
Yeah, it seems like Nassif's on black green, Rude's on
Trapped.
blue red.
Blue red again.
I assume Sank's got to go black white. Somebody's got to draft white,
Trapped.
right?
Kind of an
Because
odd place
Nassif
to
is in
put
both
white.
black and green, Rude's in both blue and red.
Trapped.
Most teams seem to think that black is the correct color to split. It's deep, especially in terms of removal.
That makes sense.
Fair to right. Please land your first pack.
All right.
Done.
Don Smith's pack, last one of the first round. Diviner, Bruiser, Kami the Hunt, it's a Blessed Breath, Battle Mad Ronin, Blade Master,
Yosei
Fire
the Morning
Star.
Star.
Oh, and there's a dragon
30 seconds to
A
review.
dragon.
and a Ghostly Prison.
Who is white on his team?
Yosei the Morning Star. It looks like Pacifico is their white mage.
Somebody's pointing at the Battle Mad Ronin happily, though.
So Pacifico's clearly going to wind up with a dragon.
Seems likely.
Chambers is blue-green deck.
They'd probably take the Consuming Vortex, do you think?
Yeah. So Smith takes the Kami Fire Sword?
What's Smith's colors again? I'm sorry.
I got him on black-red.
Player 2A ready.
Kami Fire's Roar then. Seems fine.
Player 1A ready.
Kami Fire's Roar.
Trapped. Fire's Roar.
Yosei. Say.
Yep.
And Consuming Vortex seals, right?
Yep.
Traps.
And then
Sang grabs
Blade
Blade
Master.
Master. So yeah, he's their white mage.
Traps.
Pretty much got all the colors now. Everybody's got a 2-color deck at this point.
Rude has just taken Sozakan Bruiser and what purports to be a red mirror.
Good point.
Another one of those okay cards that's a little more than
Still not
okay.
quite. It's no dragon. I mean, his opponent came out better off. Was better off in this pack. But yeah, no, picking up the bruiser there is
Traps.
pretty important.
Bruiser hits people a lot.
Traps. Traps.
So I got the matchups at black-white against black-red, with Gabe Sang running the black-white deck into Don Smith's black-red.
Player 1A, please open your second.
I've got Dave Rude's blue-red against Pacifico's white-red.
We are now going to the right.
And then Nassif's got black-green against Chambers' blue-green.
Rude's blue-red isn't quite as savage as it was before.
No. Chambers' blue-green is very high card quality. But I guess Nassif's got the color matchup in theory, but I mean, Chambers has already got Double Might, Vortex, Teller, Mirror Guard, Moss Kami. And we've only seen one set of packs. Alright, well, direction switches around. Don Smith will take this, and then it'll head over to Nova. Looks like a Hanabi Blast, a Honden of Blueness, Order of Taco Bell, Mirror Guard, River Kaijin. Cool Deceiver.
To the right.
He's probably going to take the Hanabi Blast, do you think?
Makes sense. I mean, he's been pretty red, and it's the best card in the pack, right?
Hanabi Blast.
Yeah, clearly.
Rude will probably take the Honden. Is that Taco Bell?
And the Siege took.
I think it was Taco Bell.
Traps.
Yeah.
Oh, he took a 3/1 flyer instead of the Honden.
Interesting.
Traps.
So
The Honden goes to Chambers.
Traps.
there's Pacific's Devouring Rage, Yamaguchi Storm, decent wheel,
Traps.
River. Did we miss a pick?
Traps. Traps.
Alright, so the next pack will be Gabriel Nassif's pack.
Traps.
Nassif is going to open a very savage pack.
Yeah, you've been talking about the tokens all day, and I knew how the question actually played out. They said, oh, we need your spirit tokens, right? And what was your answer?
I said, Moloku actually makes illusion tokens.
Do we need any illusion tokens? Is there going to be a Moloku of Clouded Victory in the house?
I think that Dave Rude's deck is about to get a lot better.
This deck does indeed include Moloku the Clouded Mirror, one of the cards that teams are happiest to open. And Gabe Sang just opened it up. Presumably, he's going to ship it straight into Dave Rude's deck. The rest of the pack is alright too. There's a Yamabushi
More than
Flame,
alright.
There's a Moth Rider Samurai. So, and then it drops off. It's almost a perfect pack. It's like 3 amazing cards. No, there's more depth. There's Swordtami Mirror Guard, Dance of Shadows. There's some stuff.
Not in the same caliber as those first 2 or 3 cards, though.
Is Mirror Guard that much worse than Moth Rider Samurai?
Yamabushi's Flame is that
Well,
much
the
better than
Yamabushi's
either.
Flame, yeah, fair. That's fair.
Traps.
So, yep, the Siege takes Flame, Clouded Victory.
Traps.
That matchup in the middle is turning into a just smasher. It's like Dragon versus close enough to Dragon.
Clouded Mirror Victory is probably a lot better than a Dragon. Like, a Dragon can be contained.
Right.
What do you do with the Clouded Mirror Victory?
Traps.
Well, when you're white-red, not clear.
Traps.
Can't counter it. Can't banish it.
You can burn it to death, but it might make 100 opponents.
Traps.
Pretty good pack for Nova.
Traps.
I think right now that Wead is wondering if they are happy with their idea of opening.
Traps.
Maybe we should have received.
Receiving would have worked out better. That's no question there. Next pack. Masaka. Not quite as good of a rare legend.
30 seconds to review.
Swordtami Savant, Swordtami Seer, Houndmaster, Blade Master,
Probably going to take the
Foul,
Savant, no?
Selfless Defiance.
He takes the Savant here. What do you think, Randy? Savant?
Savant makes sense.
Savant, and then,
Blade Master for Gabe Sang seems pretty straightforward.
I think Blade Master over Bafal? Isn't he black one?
Yes.
I think he takes
I think
Bafal.
he's black.
Player 2B ready.
Let's
Traps.
see.
So yeah, there's the Savant.
Trapped.
No, you were right.
Master.
I just hate
That's
shipping.
really good.
I agree, but I hate shipping removal in teams.
But it's black on black. Like if Smith takes it, it can't even. I mean, I guess
But
Sang
he
has a
doesn't-
bunch of white creatures.
He doesn't have to pass it into that mirror. It can go to a different deck.
No,
Trapped.
there's only one black deck on the other side.
Trapped again.
It's going to Don Smith. It's the only person.
Trapped.
Unless it's they're gonna ship it to Nassif, which
No, it's
Trapped.
You're
obviously
right.
not. I mean, most of Sang's creatures are white so far, so it's actually the fact that it's a black mirror isn't that relevant. It's still a little relevant.
Trapped.
All right.
Trapped again.
Halfway through this direction, here comes Gabe Sang's pack.
Trapped. And take the last one.
Kabuto Moth.
Please open your second booster.
Another
There's
Bafao.
Cloud Skater, Kabuto Moth.
If he's willing to take Blade Master, I'm sure he's
Bafao.
willing to take Kabuto Moth over Bafao.
Yeah, it's
30 seconds for review.
yeah, very similar decision for Gabe Sang. He could have a Bafao, or he could have a really good white.
He's going to take the white creature. I mean, the Kabuto Moth's just better than the Blade Master most of the time, right? So if you're taking a white creature over Bafao and a black mirror, then take a better white creature, right?
There are 2A ready.
Gotta be careful not to be too defensive against a. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Moth. Moth is a little defensive against a double Fire's Roar deck, but still seems right.
Trapped.
It's also true that the Bafao is worse than Sang's deck because he's also playing a black mirror.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Trapped.
Who's got the edge?
I think that Nova has the edge.
Nova?
Trapped
Yeah.
again.
Their green matchup is set up better, and they've got Moloko.
Trapped.
Is it actually set up better, or is it just better in theory?
It's better in theory.
It's better in theory, but
Now please.
Chambers' card quality looks better to me at this point than Nassif.
Chambers' card quality is awesome. There's no doubt.
So I'm not convinced. I mean, we'll see if Nassif gets paid off with Hideous Laughters or whatever.
Trapped.
He's only got does he even have an instant speed vanishing? I think he's got a Bafao.
Trapped. Take the last card.
He's got a Glacial Ray that he's not really planning
Player
to play.
1C.
He does have Hideous Laughter.
Second time.
I mean, there's a bunch of giant Kanama's Might, Splice Shenanigans, and some solid creatures out of Chambers deck.
I mean, who do you like in Sang and Black White on Black Red? I think Sang's got a little bit of an advantage. No?
Yeah, I think I like Gabe Sang there. And I mean, I guess, I don't think I totally disagree, because I think I like Dave Rude's deck a little better. I mean, Moloku's better than Yosei. And he's got the bruiser advantage right now. But I mean, Nassif, I think, is in the worst shape. So, what's up with the next pack? Scuttles, Cloud Skater,
Hideous Laughter.
Hideous Laughter number 2, a Cutthroat, a Cage, White
Player
Myogen,
1C ready.
This is a very strong, deep pack.
Pacifico takes,
Trapped.
Oh man,
Little Man Elf, Little Man Elf.
White Myojin.
Chambers took White Myogen,
Trapped.
took
Oh, okay. Chambers took Sustainer. Pacifico took White Myojin.
And Don Smith took Hideous Laughter.
and Don Smith took Hideous Laughter.
That was a great pack for
Wow.
Wead.
Yeah, Hideous Laughter seems really good against Gabe Sang.
I wonder, like, you have to wonder if the games are going to go long enough that Pacifico can really break out with Myojin. Obviously, it's not the kind of card that you want floating around in the other team, but
Trapped.
it's not as though he's playing a green deck that can power out Myojin with great alacrity.
Trapped.
That's actually the kind of pack you hate opening when it's going 3 across your team, because it's so deep.
Yeah, it was a very deep pack.
Please lay out your second pack.
That's the kind of pack you want to open on your right.
Yep. Here comes the last pack of champions. Leading Moon, Call to
30
Glory,
seconds for Crosswielder.
Floating Dream Zubera, Dripping Tongue Zubera, got a Ren Flesh,
Crosswielder.
H Combination Law, got a Frost Wielder, it's a Dampen Thought.
Not an exciting pack.
What would you take if you're Pacifico?
I think
Combination
Harmony
Law?
of Ancient Law?
Player 1B ready.
I
You
think
take
so.
Frost Wielder.
Trapped.
There's Combination Law.
The problem with Frostwielder is that
Ren Flesh.
it's
is
not hard to
Monster
remove, right? Like, it's kind of expensive. He's already got kind of funky creatures. He probably needs something to establish his early game.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
And his opponent's red, so
Yeah, that all makes sense.
Ancient Law to Gabe. Trapped. Pacifico took Crosswielder. Trapped again.
Oh, Pacifico did take Frostweaver.
Yes. Trapped.
And the combination law went to
All the way around the game.
all the way around to Gabe Sang.
Trapped.
With a little 2-2 beater. Gabe Sang's got a tight little black-white beatdown deck from the looks of it, but he's playing against Don Smith with a bunch of removal.
Trapped.
I mean, that looks like the classic beatdown versus removal.
Trapped.
Who do you like in the
Laughter.
classic beatdown versus removal?
Trapped
I mean,
again.
when you
The
have a
better
deck,
player.
you have a deck full of X2s and you have a deck full of Hideous Laughter. It's hard
There's
to.
one Hideous Laughter. I mean, if Don Smith draws Hideous Laughter, you gotta like his chances. But without it, I bet Sang can tempo him out.
Like we said earlier, Hideous Laughter is the kind of card that you can play around. It's much harder to play around a card like Glacial Ray, I
30
think.
seconds to resume.
I mean, the fact that Kami Fires Wars 2-3 might be relevant.
Toshiro Umezawa.
That's very fair.
All right, well, here comes Betrayers.
Genju of the...
Is Toshiro
Genju
Umezawa a great
defends.
card?
Toshiro Umezawa. I think he's... Oh, there's two Genjus. Cedars as well.
Cedars is obviously great. I've never played a Toshiro
He's
Umezawa.
decent. You need a lot of spells, obviously. I think he's decent, but he's not spectacular.
Last night.
I like
Blast
his
Titan.
sidearm a
Deleter.
lot.
Ready?
Like,
Yeah, that
you
one's
could
a
have
little better.
Toshi's gun. That'd be awesome.
First pick is first volley.
First pick is first volley,
Genju of the
Genju.
Cedars.
and then Genju with the Cedars.
Trapped. Umezawa.
Umezawa goes to Gabe Sang.
Trapped.
Again with the quick beaters.
Last pick
Yeah.
is David.
Last back to Dave Rudick. Last back's really good.
Genju of the Fens.
Genju with the Fens to the Sea.
Leader.
It's another one of the leader goes all the way to Don Smith. That's interesting. Would you take Genju?
Leader goes so early, so often.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Two different Black Mages passed on it. Sang and the Sea both took the other cards.
Well, I've never played with Umezawa, so I don't know how it compares to Bleeder, but I've just seen, on a consistency basis, very strong teams taking Bleeder as early as first pick consistently.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised it went that far.
Trapped again. Trapped.
I'm not a huge Genju with the Fens.
Player 1C.
So,
Third time.
It seems like the weakest Genju to me.
So man intensive.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I mean, it's not hard to say that, like, the green Genju is so dominating. The white Genju first.
All right, Betrayer's pack. Number 2, Patron of the Yaki.
Cunning Bandit.
Leader.
Sniper.
Sniper's
Another
really
Bleeder.
good.
Sniper.
Scaled Hulk.
Misplaced
Shinobi.
Blade main Baku.
Blade Main Baku.
Shinka.
What does Adam Chambers take for his blue-green deck? Sniper? No, he's not
No.
playing against Flyers.
I don't know.
I mean, Sniper can be ridiculous in some matchups, but not his.
here?
He goes Cunning Bandit. Yeah, he G's up Cunning
Yeah.
Bandit. Yeah, looks like the right play. Zhang takes a 3-3 beater, he takes the bleeder.
That's funny, the Bleeder went so late last time. Essentially a
Patron of the
first
Yaki
pick.
goes to Dave Rude.
Sniper.
And the Sniper goes to Nasif. Wow, it's good in that matchup against Chambers. It's a really nice pick.
Blade main
Sniper against blue-green? Wow.
100 challenge strike.
Did Chambers D up the wrong card?
It's possible.
I mean, Cunning Bandit is obviously a very good
I
card.
don't even know if he can deal with the Sniper once
No,
it's down.
he can't. I mean, he's got a consuming vortex. All consuming vortex.
Congratulations.
The other thing is that Rude, Rude took a good card there, right?
Patron of the Yaki.
He took
Patron
Patron
of the Yaki. So if you leave Cunning Bandit and Patron of the Yaki, you get a red card through to Don Smith. I think Chambers messed the pick up. He
No, I
drafted
think
the
you're
wrong
right.
card.
You're right.
If you de-draft Sniper, like he could easily just lose to Sniper in his matchup. So it's a very reasonable de-draft there. And floating 2 red cards to a team with 1 red drafter means you get 1 to Don Smith. That was a big mistake. Yeah, I mean it's subtle to kind of, but I mean those are the plays
that's one of the
those are the plays
mistakes
that win and
all
lose
you-
Team Rochester drafts.
Prisoner. Branch of Garami.
Yeah, it's so hard because you're like, oh, there's nothing for me here. Oh, I should de-draft. Oh, I should de-draft the best card.
And he took the
No.
best card instead of the card that mattered.
Yes, it's de-drafting the best card is not the right
How
play.
good is Yukora the Prisoner, Randy?
Which one is that?
5/5. He's the black open fist.
Gnarled Mass.
Oh, he's good. I
That's
think
good.
he's good. I mean, depends on the matchup.
Mind Sweeper.
I think he's pretty
Player
good.
2A ready?
This is a great pack.
Prisoner looks like first.
Yeah, to Gabe Sang. Other Gabe will get the Whisper, which is nice. All of a sudden, the Seaf's matchup is really coming together. The Sniper and now the Hirobi's Whisper, that's exactly what he needed for that matchup.
Probably the Ninja of the Deep Hours is going to go into Chambers' deck.
Trapped.
He's probably going to...
Trapped.
Double Soul Ship guy's awesome.
Yeah.
And
This
he's
is a kind of
not
a deep draft.
taking the Ninja.
Trapped. Draft.
Don Smith tees it up.
Wow.
Draft.
Do you think Gnarled Mass and Double Soul Switch are just better than the Ninja? I'm not sure. The Ninja seems like he's pretty good.
I think I might. I mean, if you're going aggro,
Now I think about it though, like the fact that Nasif has so much creature removal, maybe the Double Soul Switcher guy gets a lot more,
Right.
a lot more equity.
Dave Rude knocks his pack. Wants a little more help.
30 seconds for review.
The 3/3 also against Hideous Laughter.
True. That's a good point. Oh, Open Fist. Jetting Glass Kite. These are some packs. Another Bleeder. Scaled Hulk. So, Jetting Glass Kite goes to Rude.
Do they D up Open Fist?
No, Nasif runs it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, they're going left then. You're right. My bad. I thought
Yeah, I mean, they
were
have to ship another Bleeder, but that's a great
Ready?
pack,
Pairs.
right?
Open Fist is awesome, yeah.
That's another great pack for Nova. Nova keeps picking up these great picks here lately. Some of it through draft, some of it through color positioning, some of it through, subtle draft mistake by their opponent.
I think that there was...
Some of it, I think they're opening slightly better packs, too.
I think that it's more than slightly. They picked up how many legends so far that are all breakers?
Draft.
Like
Open Fist, Maloku.
they have 2 5/5s,
Draft again.
and Maloku
Prisoner's not ridiculous.
is the same level as Open Fist. Like, right? I mean,
I guess.
Draft.
I mean, I'm not saying that
think
they
so.
like savagely annihilated them on picks like they did last draft.
Right.
That was they had way better opens on the last draft, but I do think that they're opening better packs than. I mean, they have the single most powerful card in the draft on their team purely by opening.
Last card.
That's true.
But I do think I don't like Chambers. I didn't like Chambers matchup to begin with, and it's just
I liked it fine until the last two picks. Until that Sniper pick, I liked Chambers' side of that matchup. But Nasif went Sniper, then he went Hirobi's Whisper, and then he just went Open Fist.
30 seconds for review.
I mean,
All of a sudden, Nasif's deck just got a lot better.
Nasif is 1-0 on the day in drafts that he has Open Fist, so he might be closing that fist.
All right, next to last pack. Another Ninja of the Deep Hours, another Scaled Hulk, another Gatekeeper, Indebted Samurai, tomorrow,
Another Cunning Bandit.
What does Nasif take?
Player 2C ready.
Make a giant.
Draft.
Yep, a giant.
Scaled Hulk.
Draft. Draft.
Cunning Bandit in the middle. What did Don Smith take?
Draft.
Black Baku.
He took Skullman Baku.
Draft. Draft.
All right, with one pack to go,
Draft again.
Nasif's Black-Green seems to have come together. He positioned himself for it. He got a gift from the Sniper. He opened some nice cards.
Draft.
You like him over Adam Chambers?
I do.
David Rude has Maloku of Clouded Victory in his deck. Reasonable blue-red deck around it. Pacifico hasn't done anything spectacular.
It's just
He's got Yosei, but it's draws and playability.
I think playability is going to come in a lot. Like Chambers is going to have to play really, really well to beat Nasif.
Smith. Oh, Chambers to beat Nasif, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last pack.
Finally, a
has
Waxmane Baku.
Split Tail Maiko, Blade Main, Baku,
Is there another Open Fist?
Gnarled Mass.
Oh,
No.
no.
And yes, a Waxmane Baku finally. So Pacifico does get Waxmane Baku. Still not going to beat Maloku with it.
Player 1A ready. Draft.
Split Tail. D'd up by Don Smith, first pick. And Waxmane and then a Trapper Kami.
Trapper Kami.
That helps. Trapper Kami, green on green.
That's a great example of correctly drafting. I know we were just hammering Chambers for the wrong pick, but I mean, objectively speaking, isn't Gnarled Mass go earlier than the Trapper Kami in individual draft every time?
Yeah.
But here he's aware that Nasif is playing green on green.
No, but there's sort of two levels, right? There's the level of Team Rochester draft where you figure out how the pick evaluations change in how you're supposed to draft against your opponent. Then there's this next level where you can look ahead and you can see what's going to happen if you take this pick. What does that mean for your opponent's picks? What can you send through the opponents to your team? It's just the next level of Rogers' strategy. So, I mean, I don't mean to knock Adam Schefter. He's been playing great all weekend. He's been drafting great all weekend. It's just it was a very small, very subtle mistake, but I think it may have a big impact on this match.
I think you're right. I think that sniper could really harm him because of the
not only
other
that,
element
but
of his deck.
because shipping 2 red cards, Don Smith's deck is better against Gabe Sang if he takes the sniper. Like, Rude's deck, it's a wash. Like, it's Patron of the Aki versus Cunning Bandit. I guess Cunning Bandit's better.
Cunning Bandit's better.
But I mean,
faster, and its ability's really relevant.
But Smith got random card instead of Patron of the Aki. In a deck where, he's got some removal, what he really needs is a giant man to just come down and block and hold the fort. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on it, but I think it was a mistake. There were multiple things that were hurt by that pick. So, these guys are going to go off and build their decks. Get a good look at Weads. They don't look super confident on screen right now. Nova leapt up from the tables. They seem pretty happy to go off to build their decks. So we'll try to talk to John Becker down there on the floor, see what his take on the draft was. How's it going down there, John?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing all right. What you heard us, but we didn't really get a chance to hear what your take was.
There were a billion legends in that draft, weren't there?
It is the legend block.
Yeah, I think actually Don Smith's deck may be a little bit faster than you think. He went into red-black and started getting really a very fast deck. He has triple Lava Spike, double or triple Bleeder, a bunch of Shika Gatekeepers, a bunch of things that can survive Hideous Laughter. His deck seems actually can deal a lot of damage very quickly, and if Gabe should get behind that Sison and end up taking a bunch of damage, those spikes could really, with the double Fire Azure and Gabe not being able to block, those could really cause problems, I think, for Gabe.
Spike Fire Azure is really powerful.
Do you like Don Smith in that matchup?
I don't know. I just Don just let me flip through his deck in front of me. It looked very, very fast. I mean, Gabe has a lot of excellent cards. He has double Blade Master, which I think are a big problem for Don. So if he can get his Blade Masters down on board to hold the ground and can keep the
does Don have the Befouls?
Yeah, Don has the Befoul.
Gabe and Nasif has double Befoul.
Smith got, I believe, 2 as well.
I'm not sure. I don't recall. I'm sorry. In the second matchup, the center matchup, I think that Rude's deck seems much better than Pacifico's deck. I mean, Pacifico, it seems like the only thing he can do is hope that Rude overextends with Moluku for 1 turn for some reason,
and then
Myosian away the board. It seems like almost all he can do.
He is Yosei. I mean, Yosei against no legend on the other side is a very good fight.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know how you can get through with most stuff. He has 1/4 flyers. He has a 1/4 guy on the ground, and for extra cards he has Ninja if you ever let them through. Rude's deck again seems very, very powerful.
So you think blue-red in the middle is really rewarding?
I think it was rewarding when you opened Moluku. Moluku rewards.
How about
the
Nasif Chambers?
Nasif Chambers is kind of interesting. I heard you guys talking about the pick where he took the 3/3 and the 4/4 double Soul Shift guy, and I think that was primarily to guard against the Hideous Laughter.
Sure.
And also, of course, the 4/4 guy helps you recover from Hideous Laughter. If he happens to get killed afterward, you get 2 more guys back and almost rebuild your board.
What do you think about the sniper pick?
I think Sniper is really, really good against Chambers. I don't know. If I were Adam, I might have just taken the Sniper so it wouldn't be used against me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has any way to kill it in his deck. He doesn't have the Mystic Restraints to tap it down. I don't think he has any way to get rid of it at all. So if that Sniper comes down, I mean, he's going to have to rely on his Telltales to untap things. And that's about all he can do. So, I think that one looks more like Nasif with the 5/5 Basher, double Befoul, and the Hideous Laughter. But, of course, Adam did sneakily pick up, he picked up the Mystic Veil card, the blue and 1, the new one is, and that'll take care of at least 1 Befoul, I bet, during the course of the match. But again, I think that probably favors Nasif.
So you've got Nova winning 2-1?
I think it's Nova 2-1. That's my guess.
All right. Well, go check out the guys while they're building their decks. See if you can get us a read on their mood. We'll talk to you later.
I sure will.
Cool. Well, your pick?
I think Nova 2-1 sounds about right.
Nova 2-1 sounds about right to me too. I think we may finally.
I don't know which 2 and which 1 are the ones that are going to win, though.
Yeah, I think Nasif and Rude have an edge. I mean, I could see a sweep. Gabe Sang could also win. Rude's edge seems the biggest. Anyway,
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
I'm very interested.
So
actually,
it could be a sweep. You're right.
See the guys, talk to them as they build their decks. See if we missed anything. We may see the crowning of Gabriel Nasif as a Pro Tour champion. Finally, he's already won Player of the Year. He's already top 5 lifetime winnings, lifetime pro points. But he's actually not a Pro Tour champion yet. So we'll see if that happens. We're gonna put an ESPN show on for you guys out there on the internet while the guys build their decks. We should be back in about 20 minutes with a little pregame action for you, maybe 25 minutes. And stay tuned. We'll see who wins. Pro Tour Atlanta. See you then.